How do you do, fellow gamers? This is Almighty Goat, and this is 3 magic tricks to teach your deck Rakdos. We're going to talk about the red-black crazy party that Rakdos is, and what you can do with your deck, and, well, what I like in Rakdos. Special shout out to my friends who recommended this color combination for this video. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I'm excited to show you what I do with my Rakdos and what you can do with yours. So having said that, let's get started with my commander. Because my commander is the first magic trick I want to teach your deck. And he is Rakdos the Showstopper. Pretty basic guy. For 6, you get a 6/6 flying trample. When he enters the battlefield, flip a coin for each creature that isn't a demon, devil, or imp. Destroy each creature who comes up with tails. So, obviously I've built this deck with only demons, devils, and imps in it, so that the ability misses my creatures. But I want to trigger this ability as often as possible, so I have 3 different ways to do it. 1, I can copy him on the enter when he enters the battlefield with Minion Reflector and Flameshadow Conjuring. This is a great way to trigger the ability a total of 3 times when he comes into play, if you have all of them out, and all but guarantee that most creatures are going to be gone. While he's out in play, Helm of the Host, obvious choice to keep getting a new Rakdos at every combat and getting a new trigger. And Splinter Twin. Tap, put a token into play. When that token comes into play, flip a coin. Now yes, we're going to lose our token on Splinter Twin, but that's irrelevant. We're also going to lose our token with Minion Reflector and Flameshadow Conjuring, but again, irrelevant. We get the effect, and that's what we're going for. And then we have some options once he dies, because he's going to become a high priority target. He is a 6/6 flying trample with commander damage. And so, do we let him go to the command zone, or do we let him go to the graveyard? Well, we're going to let him go to the graveyard for these 2 cards. Soul Separator and Dollhouse of Horrors. On Soul Separator, we sacrifice it, exile a creature card from our graveyard, and get a copy of Rakdos, and a big black zombie that comes with it. With Dollhouse, we get to do a similar effect. They'll enter as a 0/0, and then immediately die, unless we're running, of course, constructs, but we're not. We're running demons, devils, and imps. But it is a 0/0 creature, and it does enter the battlefield, which causes the trigger again. This deck is basically centered around getting Rakdos' enter the battlefield effect to trigger as often as possible. And these are just some good, fun ways to do that. And then, when the field's clear, you got all your demons, devils, and imps, and go win the game with them. The second magic trick I want to teach your Rakdos deck centers more around one-shotting your opponents. Rakdos is mean, and we're going to use it like that. So, one card that everyone might be familiar with is Heartless Hidetsugu. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I suck at pronouncing stuff. Tap. He deals to each player damage equal to half that player's life total rounded down. Awesome. We're going to try to find more effects like this, and we're going to try to force them through to our opponent. Because we're going to try to force them through to our opponent with Wound Reflection in play. Each opponent loses life equal to life he or she lost this turn. So, there's some good choices for this. Quietus Spike and Scytheclaw both fit that need. They lose half, Wound Reflection says, and the other half. So, these are great, and we just need to put them on a proper creature to force it through. There's many unblockable effects, but I happen to like, staying with Rakdos colors, Sonorous Howlbonder and Break Through the Line. Sonorous Howlbonder has Menace. Each creature controlled with Menace can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Very handy. Includes himself, so you can just throw one of these on him and you're likely going to get through. But Break Through the Line guarantees that he or any other creature of 2 or less power are going to be able to hit and get the effect of Quietus Spike or Scytheclaw. If that's too much work, we always do have the Heartless Hidetsugu, but we also have some sorceries like Blood Tribute or Fraying Omnipotence. Even Havoc Festival has a really good spot in this deck. Now, you might have some trouble getting Wound Reflection out, but you can use any of your favorite search cards to go get it, and bam, it's there, and bam, you win. The third magic trick I want to teach your deck involves Nixilis Unshackled. I was looking at this card in a previous video, and I wanted to see what I could do with him in Rakdos. He's a fun card, and I decided that land destruction would be a fun way to take it. If we look at a card like Cleansing Wildfire, we get some pretty funny options. Destroy target land. Its controller may search your library for a basic land card, put on the battlefield, tap, shuffle the library. And then we get to draw a card. This offers the player an opportunity to pay 10 life for 1 land. Now, depending on your opponent, they may take you up on that opportunity. And that could be very, very good for you. Geomancer's Gambit is very similar. Even From the Ashes is ridiculous in a deck like this, centered around land destruction. We even have a land card that fits this build, Field of Ruin. All of these cards have a good spot in a land destruction deck centered around Nixilis and Rakdos. There's plenty of land destruction opportunities in red, but coupled with Nixilis Unshackled, this makes your opponents make a difficult decision on what to do. And that can mess with them and make them make mistakes. Mistakes that you are going to capitalize on. And that's 3 magic tricks to teach your deck Rakdos. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like what you're seeing here, please smash that like button. Leave a comment for the next Magic the Gathering color combination I should do in my videos. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more. I live stream every Monday and Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. New Magic videos up every Wednesday, and I hope to see you there. Remember to game responsibly. Bye-bye.